Okay, so today what I'm making is, I call it Egyptian food, but it's like stuffed cabbages. So what you need for that is you need some carrots that have been peeled, and I'm going to chop them later. The amount of carrots you use is up to you. You need some spring onions. I've got 2 spring onions here. You need around 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, tomato paste. You need some chili pepper. So I've got some 4 Scotch bonnets here, but or habanero peppers, but the amount of pepper you use is just to your taste. I like my stuffs really spicy. I've got some garlic here as well. In here I've got some diced onions. So this is roughly 9 small onions which I've peeled and diced. You also need some cabbages. So you can use either 1 or 2 cabbages. What you do with the cabbages to make it easy to peel is you just put them in some boiling water, and you leave it in there for around 5 minutes, and then just check to see whether it peels easily. If it does peel easily, then that's fine. All you're doing is you're just trying to make sure that the cabbage leaves will peel easily. You also need some oil. I'm using olive oil, but any type of oil will do. You'll need the minced meat. So I've got roughly 1 pound of minced meat. The amount that I'm making will serve 4 people, and you should have some left over as well. And in this bowl I've got around 1.5 cups of rice. And what I did with the rice is I actually put the rice in boiling hot water, and then just left it to soak there for 10 minutes. This is to enable the rice to soften slightly. And the other things that you need are just spices. So you need some kind of stock cube for taste. I've got some ground nutmeg here. I've also got some fresh ginger which I've pureed, but I'm not going to use all this ginger. I'll let you know the amount that I'm going to use, but it's all to taste. You can as well use some cinnamon. I'm so sorry, not cinnamon. I meant some curry powder as well. This is all just to help it to get a nice fragrance and taste. But generally the spices that you use are what you use when you're making your stew. So it's whatever you like the taste of. That's what you need to put inside. Okay, for those of you that don't want to use the pureed ginger, if you want to use the fresh ginger, this is roughly a finger length of ginger, which I've peeled the ginger, taken the skin off. But like I said, the amount of spices you use is up to you. And if you want to use the powdered ginger, then that one you use 1 teaspoon of the powdered ginger. Okay, so what I've got now in the blender is I've got the ginger, I've got the tomato paste, got the spring onions, I've also got the peppers. I've added 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg as well to it, and I put the garlic inside. So I'm just gonna and just add just a little bit of water, just a tiny bit, and we're going to just blend this. Yeah, what I forgot to say is I've also got the stock cubes in here as well. So once you've mixed it, make sure you only add just a little bit of water, not too much water to it. The next thing to do is we're going to now mix this and add it to the minced meat, the rice, and the diced onion. Okay, so in this bowl I've got the minced meat, also the pureed spring onions, peppers, ginger, tomato paste, nutmeg, and the stock in here. And I'm going to now add the rice to it and stir it around. Okay, and then what I also did was I added 2 teaspoons of olive oil as well. But like I said, any kind of oil will do. Okay, so as you can see, I've mixed the rice with the minced meat and the puree and the diced onions. What I forgot to say about the rice is that once you've soaked it in the boiling water for 10 minutes, you need to wash it several times just to get rid of the starch. Okay, so the next step is to stuff the cabbage. Okay, so what I've got is I've got one of the cabbage leaves, and I just put the mixture in it, like one of these kind of spoons in it, you know, the stirring spoon, and then you just wrap it like this. Some people may use like some string to tie it up, but there's no need. So that's how you wrap up the cabbages. So I'm going to show you again how to do it. Just put the spoon inside and just make sure it's tight, and just put it in. What I've done is, in this pan I've layered it with some of the cabbage leaves. You need quite a heavy duty pan so that it doesn't burn at the bottom. I've layered it at the bottom so that as well it just protects the cabbages so that it doesn't burn. So just continue to stuff the cabbage leaves. Those of you that are vegetarians and want to make this, what you can do is, instead of using the minced meat, you can use the minced corn, those things. That works as well. Or just use fresh tomatoes. You can use fresh tomatoes as well and put that in. Okay, so I've stuffed all the cabbages. So now that I put the stuffed cabbages, I'm also going to put the carrots on the top of it. So I've just chopped the carrots. It's still slightly big chunks. You can cut them up smaller if you want to as well. So the size of the carrots is up to you. And then what I've done as well is I've added 2 cups of water to this, so that because obviously it's going to cook by steaming. Okay, so after you've layered it with the carrots, what I do is I just cover it up with the remaining cabbage leaves, and then you just put the lid on it. Okay, so I put the lid on. Let it continue to bubble for around 20 minutes, and then after 20 minutes, lower the heat setting to just before the lowest setting. Not on the lowest one, but just slightly before the lowest setting, and then continue to have it cook. You know when it's actually ready, when the carrots are soft, the cabbage leaves themselves will be soft, and when you actually taste the rice in it, the rice should be cooked as well. Okay, so the food is ready now. It's taken just like an hour to an hour and a half to fully cook because I had it on the lower heat setting. Yeah, so like I said, the way to test it is to we just take a little piece of the rice, and the rice is soft, it tends to be cooked, and then the carrots, obviously the fork goes through it quite nicely, so the carrots are done as well, and you just enjoy it. And like I said, for vegetarians, they can use like those corn, those meat substitutes that vegetarians have sometimes, or you can maybe have some mushrooms and just tomatoes. Yeah, so enjoy this.